Welcome to Bite at a Time Books Behind the Story, where we answer the questions you have about your favorite classic authors. What inspired your favorite author to write their novels? What was going on in the world at the time? Follow along with us as we tell you what was happening in the world while your favorite authors wrote your favorite classics. My name is Bree Carlile, and I love to read and wanted to share my passion with listeners like you. All of the links for our show are in the show notes. Today we'll be talking about Brunswick Square, one of the locations that helped to inspire some of the locations in Emma. Brunswick Square is a 3-acre public garden and ancillary streets along two of its sides in Bloomsbury, in the London borough of Camden. It is overlooked by the School of Pharmacy and the Foundling Museum to the north, the Brunswick Center to the west, and International Hall, a hall of residence of the University of London, to the south. East is an enclosed area of playgrounds with further trees. Coram's Fields, associated with Charity Coram family, which is just over double its size. Next to that area, Brunswick Square is mirrored symmetrically by Mecklenburgh Square, likewise of 3 acres including roads. The squares are named after contemporary queen consorts, the wife of George III and the wife of his eldest son, George IV. Bloomsbury is notable for its garden squares, literary connections, and numerous cultural, educational, and healthcare institutions. Mecklenburgh Square is a matching square to the east covering 3 acres. Between the two, east of this square, is an enclosed area of playgrounds with further trees. Coram's Fields, associated with Charity Coram family, which occupies just over 7 acres. Russell Square is the nearest tube station to the southwest. Brunswick Square and Mecklenburgh Square and Coram's Fields are jointly listed Grade 2 on the Register of Historic Parks and Gardens. What is now the square, apart from the longer of the 2 roads bounding it and sharing its name, which is older, including the nearer part of buildings facing it, was originally part of the grounds of the Foundling Hospital. It was planned to be leased for house building along with Mecklenburgh Square to raise funds for the hospital in 1790. Brunswick Square, named after Caroline of Brunswick, was finished first, being built by James Burton in 1795 to 1802. None of the original houses remain. The bronze sculpture of a child's mitten by Tracy Eman sits on top of one of the railings outside the Foundling Museum. In Jane Austen's Emma, John and Isabella Knightley live in Brunswick Square. John Ruskin was born at 54 Hunter Street, Brunswick Square in 1819. The Minerva Club was founded here by Dr. Elizabeth Knight and Alice Green in 1920. The club was used for Women's Freedom League meetings and as a hostel for suffrage activists and fundraising annual birthday parties for Charlotte Despard. Despard traveled from Ireland each year to attend. The writer E.M. Forster used 26 Brunswick Square as his London base from 1930 to 1939. Thank you for joining Bite at a Time Books Behind the Story today, while we answered some of the questions you have about one of your favorite classic authors. All of the links for our show are in the show notes. Our show is part of the Bite at a Time Books Productions Network. If you would also like to hear a story by the author we are currently featuring, check out the Bite at a Time Books podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Right now, we are reading Emma. Again, my name is Bree Carlile, and I hope you come back next week when we answer more questions about one of your favorite classic authors.